One of the reasons for using the New King James Version of the Bible has to do with the method that was used in translating it. Translation can also be a complicated matter, but let me see if I can simplify. On one end of the spectrum are literal word-for-word translations. Now, if you know a foreign language, you know you can't do that exactly word for word. You'd end up with something like an interlinear that wouldn't be readable. On the other end is something that could be called, for lack of a better term, a paraphrase that's so loose it really loses what the author originally said. So moving more toward the center, there are two theories. One is called the complete equivalent, and the other is called dynamic equivalent. And again, this can be very complex, but it boils down to this. The complete equivalent theory says that we want to translate as much as possible the words that were used by the original author and the structure that was used by the original author. The dynamic theory says we're interested in communicating the thoughts and the ideas of the text. Now, as you can see, once you adopt that kind of a translation method, you leave yourself open to interpretation rather than translation. The New King James Version of the Bible uses the complete equivalent translation method, and therefore it ought to be your basic study Bible, because when you have it, you have a translation that is as much as possible in English, is not only giving you the original words, but also the structure that the authors of Scripture originally used.